Hey, welcome back to my channel. Every time Stoic, she broke your heart, not just broke, it shattered it, and now every moment feels like a cruel echo of what used to be. But here's the twist. No one told you when she breaks your heart. You don't chase her. You break her ego not out of revenge, but out of Stoic discipline, because the moment you let pain turn into power, you become unstoppable now before you go full. Batman on a heartbreak mission, relax, no masks, no capes, just raw psychology, Stoic wisdom, and a truth bomb you won't see coming. And by the end of this video, you'll know the one move that silently devastates her more than 1,000 texts ever could won the fool. Why she, the fool, lets you fall first. Here's the first truth pill. And it's a hard one to swallow when a woman breaks your heart. It doesn't always come like a thunderstorm. More often, it's a quiet fade, out-controlled, strategic, like turning down the heat on a boiling pot until you're left in cold water, wondering when it all changed. You didn't see it happen because she didn't want you to. She let you fall first. Now that might sound cold, but it's not always malicious. Women are emotionally intuitive by nature. They're wired to pick up on subtle energy shifts. Yours included when the emotional high of the relationship starts to level out. When the thrill fades into routine, something begins to change in her subconscious. In many cases, she's already checked out. Leveling out before she ever walks away. The decision to leave isn't made overnight. It's made in stages, quiet observations, silent tests, emotional measurements. And when the results tell her that the excitement is gone, the mystery is dead, and her emotional curiosity has flatlined, you're already halfway out the door. Whether you know it or not, here's the psychology behind it. Female attraction often operates through emotional valuation. It's not just about how good you are to her, but how valuable you feel to yourself. If you start prioritizing her validation over your own self-respect, you lose polarity. You become predictable, comfortable, and comfort over time can breed contempt. The moment she senses that she no longer has to earn your attention, that she can expect the same effort from you, no matter what she does, that's when she stops valuing it. The dopamine rush she used to feel when your name popped up on her phone. Gone. Let's be real for a second. How many good morning, beautiful texts does it take before she starts yawning? It's cute until it becomes routine. And routine in the world of modern dating is the fastest route to emotional invisibility. You thought consistency was key, but for her it felt like the mystery died. She didn't leave because you changed. She left because you stopped changing. You stayed still while she kept evolving, and emotional stagnation is a death sentence for attraction. Here's the worst part. The more you sensed her slipping away, the harder you tried. You became more available, more emotionally open, more giving, and in doing so, unknowingly lowered your perceived value. And that's where the psychological trap is laid, bridge to next point. But here's the real sting when you start trying harder. She starts respecting you less. Your affection no longer feels like strength. It feels like desperation. Why? Because her ego has already replaced her heart. Let's go deeper into what happens next. In the aftermath of heartbreak, where your energy becomes the battlefield and her ego becomes the weapon. 2. The response. The response. Her ego versus your energy. When she breaks your heart, your first instinct is to fix it. Chase, apologize, win her back. But here's the reality. Check that reaction doesn't heal anything. It feeds her ego. You see, she's not just expecting you to react. She's counting on it. The desperate texts, the over-explaining, the emotional breakdowns, all of it serves one purpose: to reassure her that she still has power over you. But here's where Stoicism steps in. Stoicism doesn't mean you don't feel the pain. It means you don't let the pain control your actions. It's the art of restraint, and in modern dating, restraint is rare and magnetic when she ghosts betrays or walks away, and you don't chase. That's dominance, that's power. She expects you to spiral instead. You go radio silent, and that's silence. It shatters her expectations. Her ego craves closure, validation, control. But when you vanish, you remove all three. She starts to question, did I ever matter? Is he already over me? Did he upgrade? Suddenly the man she thought she could keep in her back pocket becomes a mystery. And let's clear this up. Posting gym selfies with Drake lyrics doesn't count as silent mode. That's not Stoicism. That's a midlife crisis with abs. True silence is unbothered. No posts, no calls, no reactions. You disappear, not to punish, but to heal. And in that healing, you become untouchable. You shift from being the man she had to the man she can't reach. But what if I told you the absence of your attention actually hurts her more than your presence ever did? Because your silence doesn't just echo. It haunts, it forces her to sit with a version of you she never expected, one who doesn't need her to validate his worth. Stick around, because next we'll explore how emotional gravity pulls her back in, even when you've already let go, through the law of emotional gravity. Here's where Stoicism and psychology collide. Emotions are energy, and energy seeks attention. So when you pull your energy away from someone who once fed on it, they begin to starve. She used to thrive off your presence, your messages, your constant emotional availability. Now silence, stillness, and that absence echoes in ways she never expected. She's no longer getting her daily dose of dopamine from you, and that void is loud. Every unread message, every hour you don't reach out, it creates mental static. She can't ignore. She starts asking herself, did he replace me? Is he happier without me? Was I not enough? Let's be real. She's not stalking your profile because she suddenly misses your dog. She's checking to see if you've upgraded, because silence makes her insecure. And that insecurity, that's the real pain. But here's the game changer if you play your next move, right? It won't just bruise her ego. It'll make her question her own self-worth. And when a woman starts doubting herself after losing you, that's when the gravity shifts entirely in your favor. Stick around, because this power shift is only getting started for the rise, rebuild. Without revenge, rise, rebuild without revenge. Now here's where most men mess it up. They try to get her back to prove their worth. But Stoicism says you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You become the man that loss introduced you to. Focus on building your internal fortress upgrade. Your health, mindset, finances. Not to impress her, but to liberate yourself. Because the best revenge is resurrection. Repeat after me, I am the storm, not the weather app. She checks on weekends, but there's still one thing you must do if you truly want to break her ego. And it has nothing to do with posting, texting, or flexing. The ultimate ego shatter, indifference. Here, it is the quietest, most brutal way to shatter her ego. Total indifference. Not hate, not shade, just emotional neutrality. When you treat her like any other person, without emotional highs or lows, you're telling her you no longer have power here. And that hits differently because it means she's not special anymore. To a woman who once felt like the center of your world, your calm disinterest is a psychological earthquake. It's like unfollowing her soul. She feels it, even if you didn't block her on Instagram. And this final move is where everything comes full circle. Let me show you how to leave a lasting impression. Without ever saying a word, she may have broken your heart, but you broke her illusion. The illusion that she could leave, and you'd crumble. The illusion that she was irreplaceable. Stoicism isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming emotionally invincible. And the man who walks forward without bitterness is the man she never truly forgets. Don't chase her, don't hate her. Just level up until she can't reach you anymore. Because when you rise in silence, you rise in power. If this hits you deep, you're not alone. Hit that like button, subscribe for more Stoic truths and psychological power plays, and drop her in the comments if you're done playing games and ready to play life like a master. This is more than healing, it's transformation. And you, my friend, are just getting started.